My name's Matt, Scotian Canadian, as some call me. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for the notification, and of course you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Scotian Canadian. I'm just a massive fan of this team, diehard, passionate about this team, and love talking about them. And my goal is to provide you guys with some content for the Habs that you may not get elsewhere, say on cable. And I really hope you guys enjoy it. Just for discussion's sake, guys, I want to talk about Jake Gardiner. Is there a possibility he could come to the Habs? You never know. Left-handed defenseman, 29 years old, of course, likely former Leaf, where they have no cap space. In 2016-17, 43 points. 2017-18, 52 points. And last year, dealt with some injury troubles, some back issues. Had 30 points in the 2018-19 season. He would have been on pace for 40 though. Now, Leaf season started really strong, and then they struggled in the second half, and some of it kind of lined up with Jake Gardiner's injuries. I honestly think Leafs fans and Leafs media underappreciate what Jake Gardiner brings to the team. They're acting as if that losing him is not a big deal, and they're kind of okay with it because they're strapped for cap. But really, he was paid $4 million last year. You're not saving a whole lot by losing him, to be quite honest. And it's kind of a shame what their fan base and the media has kind of done to tarnish his reputation a little bit. Of course, he had those giveaways in those game sevens, which were very detrimental to the Leafs, but I think his defensive woes are overblown. Of course, he's specifically and mostly an offensive defenseman, but he puts up elite offensive numbers. Honestly, 52 points in a full season in 2017-18 for the Leafs. Absolutely stunning. And that's the type of player that Montreal would need on their left side. Someone who can put up points, play with Shea Weber, take up a lot of minutes with him. And I think he'd be a good partner with him as well, where he's such a good puck mover. We need a guy for our power play, and Jake Gardiner would help the Habs power play. He's a big body too. He doesn't quite necessarily use it as a physical defenseman, but he is a big body out there, and he skates well for being such a big player. He will be looking for a decent pay as he's 29 years old. Of course, there's some risk there where he dealt with the back injury last year, and that's kind of a significant injury at back, so you really have to be cautious there. And of course, would he even sign with the Habs, a rival, after all the crap he dealt with from the Toronto media? Montreal has very harsh media as well. Would he be willing to come over and deal with that in Montreal? And like I said, he'll be likely looking for decent money. If it were me, I'd be willing to sign Gardiner somewhere around 5 years in the 6.5, 7 range, but you really, really have to be careful. The medical team would have to be extra sure this guy's going to heal fully from his injuries, and that's not going to hinder him going forward. Look at a guy like Subban dealing with back injuries. His ability, his offensive output and his defensive play has kind of dipped while dealing with those injuries. Could that be the same for Jake Gardiner? It's hard to say, but I definitely think this is something Marc Bergevin should look into. I'm not sitting here saying that the Habs have to go after him, but he's one of the options available. Now, the thing is, where he is an unrestricted free agent, even though the Leafs have done a fairly good job at tarnishing his relationship a little bit. Not saying that he's not to blame for his defensive giveaways, but I think Leafs fans and media are sleeping on the loss of Jake Gardiner. He's a fantastic top 4 offensive defenseman, and even though that his reputation could be slightly perceived differently in the media, he should be able to earn a payday, especially where he's an unrestricted free agent. If the price for him starts pushing upwards of 7-8 mil, then I'd definitely be out on that. There's no chance I'd take a risk on that. But 6.5 or so or under, I'd definitely be considering it and doing our due diligence. That's about it on this subject, guys. Let me know what you think about Jake Gardiner. Should the Habs pursue him? What's your opinion on the way he plays the game? Would he be a good partner for Shea Weber? Let me know all that down in the comments. Now, I will follow up. I'm not saying that there's any sources connected to this. It's not a rumor. It's just my thoughts for discussion's sake, and I would love to hear what you guys think on that subject. It'll be interesting to see where Gardiner goes on July 1st. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like my videos, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications if you'd like. And of course, you can find me Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Scotian Canadian. Let me know what you thought of the video down in the comments. Cheers, guys. Go Habs, go, baby. Woo!